Okay, welcome everybody. I thought today I'll make a tutorial video on how to set up a streaming service for whatever game you want to play. In this case it's going to be for Xmage, and I'm going to make two videos. One will be for YouTube and one will be for Twitch. So what we want to do immediately, or first up, is go to OBS recording. And it will be this first one here, obsproject.com. So you download and install the OBS software. This is completely free. Once it's installed, it'll look something like this. Just shut that for you. Now what we want to do here is focus on this section here called sources. Anything that is inside this source, you can see I've got full screen capture. That's for this current recording that I'm doing. So anything that's inside here will be recorded. I also use Discord over here. We've got our group channel. I can jump into any audio channel, and anybody else that's in there will also be recorded. That's how I do the podcast. We all jump in one channel and I click record through this OBS. So what we do is we queue up. You can see I've also got Xmage. Now importantly here, I don't have Xmage running, so it won't actually appear on the screen, but I've got it as a source. So what I want to do is queue up all these things. When I do want to run Xmage, I'll simply start the program. So if I just go to the Xmage folder, I start the program by clicking on Xmage client and the start client.bat. Xmage will start up. Okay, so Xmage is running now, and you can see it's now being captured in the OBS software. That's the first step. What we now need to do is set up our streaming service. So what we do is we go to whatever it is. In this case, it's going to be YouTube. So if I go to YouTube, this is my front page. I'm signed into YouTube already. Click on this button at the top here, which is your ID, and select Create a Studio. It will load this dashboard, and then we want this one over here called Live Streaming. Just click the drop down and you have to get started. So we'll get started. And YouTube is actually very, very easy to get going. You can go down, there's various information here, so this is the basic info that appears on my page when it starts, but what we really want for our purposes is to go down here to encoder setup. It gives you a URL, and what we want to do is copy this URL and also copy the Steam key. I'm not going to reveal because whoever has this info can just start streaming to my channel. But what we get this info here. Again, I'll go back to the start just to emphasize that. We click Create a Studio, go to the live streaming, drop down, and it comes to this page here. I'm currently offline. So what we do is we scroll down to encoder setup. All you have to do is copy the server info. Now come over to OBS, click on File up here, Settings, Stream. You can see that we've already got one set up because I've got my OBS set up for the Xmage League site. So what we do is go back to our YouTube, we copy this URL into OBS here, we copy the stream key here into the stream key here, and we click Apply and OK. Then back at the main menu, we've started up our Xmage here. So everything is set up, and as soon as we want to start streaming, we simply click this button here that says Start Streaming. I'm just going to give you an example of that. So this is currently signed in for my personal account, so I'll switch back to the Xmage account. You can see that the live stream is offline. So once I click sorry, that's Discord. Once I click on my OBS, I want to start streaming now, so I'm going to click Start Streaming. it's connecting, and it's connected. So once we go over to here, it takes a couple of seconds just to refresh. There, the stream is going. It's receiving your content, so whoever tunes into our URL would see this live now. And it's that easy. When I'm finished, I simply click stop streaming. And that's how you stream from any game from OBS to YouTube. You can replace the Xmage if you want to play a Steam game. You simply start the Steam or StarCraft or whatever. You click here, and what sort of source you want to the display, which is the entire window. And sorry, it's the entire thing on your display. Sometimes if you don't want people to see what's around the outside, you click window capture. There's a separate tutorial on how to do this as well, but that's streaming.